Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I have been just running errands. Yesterday and today I've been running errands like crazy. I just left the chiropractor. I absolutely love going to the chiropractor during pregnancy, you guys. Game changer. If you're pregnant and you're not going to see a chiropractor regularly, you should be. And I pulled over to a coffee shop, but I don't know if I'm gonna go in yet. Pregnancy, hiccups, wild, like they just hit you out of nowhere. I don't know if I'm gonna go in yet because I can't tell if I'm hungry or if I just got hit with nausea. My nausea has been coming back, so that's been awesome. So I did bring some food with me because I go 0 places now without any food. Like I can't, because when the hunger hits in pregnancy, it is like next level. That is something that no one told me about or warned me about, was how it's just different. Like when it hits you, it's like you need to eat right now or else. So I carry food with me everywhere. I also carry this cute little lunchbox with me everywhere. It's part of who I am right now in this season, is my little lunchbox. This is what I've got going on for lunch. I'm a creature of habit. You guys know this by now. Jasmine rice, avocado, ground beef. I switched from turkey to beef because red meat is so good during pregnancy. And then I sprinkled some sea salt on top. So I'm gonna try to nibble on this. And then I have my water with my colostrum in it and a Zevia, which, you know, it is what it is. I also talked about this in my last video, but I wanted to share again because you guys, I get asked so many questions on a daily basis about my jewelry, my rings especially. Like, look how cute these rings are. They're just so chunky and perfect and stackable and all the things. These rings and this necklace, this little heart charm necklace, you guys, look how cute it is. It's from Ana Luisa, and Ana Luisa is a sustainable jewelry brand that is focused on affordable fashion in New York. I absolutely love their pieces, you guys. Right now is the best time of the year to treat yourself if you're looking for gifts for your mama, if you're looking for gifts for your best friend, for your sister, for your cousin, whoever, your auntie, like whoever it is you're looking for gifts for this season. Every girl loves a good pair of quality jewelry, you guys. These rings do not tarnish. This necklace does not tarnish. I absolutely love them. Not only that, but all of their jewelry comes in this super cute aesthetic box for Christmas. So you can wrap it right away, you can gift it right away. Like, it's perfect for the loved one in your life that you know would want a piece of jewelry. They have earrings, they have necklaces, they have rings, they have bracelets. I think they even have like anklets. They literally have everything, you guys. So if you're looking for a quality gift for a loved one this holiday season, like these rings or this necklace, you can click the link down in my description box below for more information. So I really wanted today to be like a Q&A, sit with me, hang out with me, chit chat with me, all about things pregnancy for the first and second trimester, because it has been a wild ride. Are we gonna be able to eat it? Are we gonna get nauseous? I think we're good. I think I'm gonna be able to eat this. Thank you, Jesus, for an appetite. Also super random, I don't know if I've shared this before, but this is the Mimi belt. If you are pregnant, I didn't even think about this until after the fact, and I'm so glad that I have one because at some point in pregnancy it gets really uncomfortable. So this just pulls the little thing down so that it's not on your baby bump. Like, these are all the things that no one tells you about until you're pregnant, and you just have to figure it out on your own. Okay, I am back home. I am going to go in the nursery and do a little bit of organizing. I know I'm not running out of time, but it honestly feels like time is flying by so fast. I feel like it's already almost Christmas, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. And so I just feel like I need to sit down, do a lot of organizing, really make a list of like everything I need to order. I have my baby list already created, like our registry, but I really wanna like comb through the details of it and make sure that I have everything on there that we need. Things for postpartum for me. I wanna start getting like a little cart together, a little caddy together, all those things that I know mama's gonna need and baby's gonna need. So that is what I'm gonna sit down and do here in a little bit. But before that, I wanna sit down and do the Q&A. I love when the sunlight hits this room in the afternoon. It's so cozy, especially on a cold, chilly day. It has been really cold here in Texas. And it feels sweet to actually enjoy being in this room, because for the longest time, this room just felt like heartbreak. It felt like letdown. It felt like discouragement. And to finally be able to say this is becoming one of my favorite rooms in the house is just so sweet. We have decided on the wallpaper. We're gonna be putting that up soon. I'm just so excited to see this room come to life for baby boy, because right now we just have plain white walls, which is, we kept it really simple for foster babies. And now I'm like, now that we know what gender we're having, let's make it fun. Let's make it his room. And so that's what we've been doing lately. But I wanted to answer some questions that I've been getting asked quite a bit. Some about IUI, some about pregnancy, some about my first and second trimester experience. And I thought, you know what? let's just sit down and have a cozy chit chat, hang out together kind of thing. Okay, question number 1. What is something you were so scared about pregnancy, but turns out you didn't need to be? I think honestly, miscarriage. I was so in my head as someone that's walked through 2. I was just so in my head that like I was waiting for the ball to drop again. It felt like I was waiting for the bottom to fall out from under us. I was waiting for bad news. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for that. That for a few weeks, there was a time where it was really honestly hard for me to even enjoy being pregnant because I was so anxious and so worried and so just waiting for, like I said, the ball to drop. I think when you've been through miscarriage, it can, in a sense, steal the peace and the happiness and the joy that you experience in those early seasons of pregnancy and that early first trimester of pregnancy, because you are so focused on getting past that certain stage and getting the green light that everything is okay. The best advice that I could give to anyone who is currently walking through that, maybe you've miscarried, you've had multiple miscarriages or losses, and you're currently pregnant or you're trying to get pregnant, is to rest in Jesus. He is so gracious to answer our prayers when we pray to him. I cannot tell you how many times I had to seek him out throughout the day. I'm talking like every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes. Like I literally had to consistently seek him in order to have peace. I asked him to remove my worries, to remove my stresses and anxiety, because ultimately that anxiety and that stress is not good for the baby. And then when someone tells you that, well, then you get even more stressed because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm stressed and I'm stressed that the baby's gonna feel this, and it can quickly turn into a spiral. So just truly resting in him, and that alone allows you to actually enjoy the process of being pregnant. The next question that I got asked a lot is, what was the cost of IUI? Our initial IUI appointment, like from start to finish, was $1,500, and then that didn't include some of the other appointments leading up to that. So I had an HSG, I had several other appointments leading up to that cost a couple $100s out of pocket, and we do have health insurance. So overall, if I had to guess, I didn't like crunch numbers before this, if I had to guess, I would say it was around $2,500 for the whole thing. Does it cost money? Yes, it does. Looking back, it got us our miracle baby, and I truly believe that through IUI, you are still leaving the decision up to Jesus, because you're not creating a life with IUI. You are simply helping the swimmers get to the egg just a little bit, just giving them a little bit of a boost, and then the rest is up to the Lord. If he wants you to conceive a child that month, it will happen. If not, it'll happen another month or a different time. And for us, that just gave us such peace that God is still fully in control of this situation. I am actually just getting really nauseous, so I'm gonna lean back and relax in this chair and try to answer more questions this way. Honestly, this is pregnancy. Like you just never know what's gonna happen. Okay, the next question I got asked is, best advice for your first trimester, currently in it right now. Oh my gosh, give yourself grace. Rest for me is so hard because I'm such a go person. Anyone that knows me knows that like it's really hard for me to sit still. It's really hard for me to not be productive, which sounds like a soul issue, and maybe it is, but I just feel like that's how I'm wired. I mean, I look at my dad. My dad is wired that way. He loves doing things. He loves working. He's just so passionate about, what he does. And then I look at like even his mom, and his mom was like in her 70s and 80s and walking miles a day, like had to stay active, loved being active. And so I just think at this point, it's just who I am. It's in my genetics. I have a hard time sitting still. That being said, when you're in your first trimester, you don't really have a choice. You are so physically exhausted. I remember so many times where I had like Zoom calls or meetings and I had to cancel them or push them back because I was like, guys, I physically can't show up right now. Like I'm so exhausted. I feel like my eyes are shutting and it's like 10 a.m. in the morning, which was just wild to me because I had gotten 8 or 9 hours of sleep the night before. So just really giving yourself grace, knowing that this season, that first trimester is not going to last forever. That really helped me and encouraged me too, because there is a point where you're like, if this is pregnancy, this is not as enjoyable as I thought it was going to be. This is not what everyone makes it seem to be. And the truth is that first trimester flies by. And before you know it, you are stepping into your third trimester and you're like blinking and it's just flying by even faster. So rest and sleep. And as far as like nausea goes, I think I mentioned earlier in this video, I don't even know, pregnancy brain, that I'm already struggling with nausea again. And so that's been an interesting hiccup in pregnancy, and I have zero appetite. I literally have to make myself eat. Like that meal prep I ate in the car, I have to make myself eat those meals because nothing sounds good. And so if I can stomach it without feeling like I'm gonna throw it up, I'm gonna eat it because baby needs nutrients. Okay, the next question, how long did you try to get pregnant? Did you have regular periods? Yes, I did have regular periods. That is something that I've always been grateful for. The only time that my periods were ever irregular was after miscarriage, which is pretty normal. Usually takes your body a couple of months, sometimes longer, to get back to normal after that. And so yeah, outside of that, my periods were regular. I always knew exactly what day they were going to start. Sometimes they would start like a day or two earlier, a day or two late, and that would always throw my emotions into a tizzy because I would be like, oh my gosh, am I pregnant? And so you know how that goes. But yes, they were regular, and I honestly contribute that to one, focusing on my hormone health, like doing things, implementing foods into my diet, lowering my intensity of my workouts. I stopped doing so much HIIT training. Oh my gosh, you guys. The amount of stress that HIIT training was putting on my body, and you guys know I was so big on this for so many years, but the amount of stress that that was putting on my hormones and my cortisol levels in my body itself as a female who was trying to conceive was insane. I mean, when I look back at old photos, you can see the difference in the inflammation in my face, in my body. All of that disappeared when I started focusing on hormone health with everything, with my workouts, with my food. And we as women are just wired differently. We are not the same as men. We should not be doing the same workouts as men. We should not be doing the same anything as men because God created us female. God created us to be different than men because we're the ones that carry and bear and birth life. And so for me, that was a huge game changer that really helped me get my body back on track. And maybe I'll film a video over that at some point. But yeah, I would say that we were trying to get pregnant for 3 years, coming up on 3 years. And the Lord is faithful, and it's just so sweet to look back on everything. And if I could go back and tell my younger self, meaning like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago, if I could look back and tell my younger self one thing, it would be that his plan is perfect, to trust his timing, that it's okay to cry and be upset when it's not the month that you thought it would be, but that he is a good God and he has a good plan. Clomid, I'm about to take it. Any advice? Yes. So I took Clomid. Clomid helped me ovulate. I ovulated and had 4 follicles, which turned into 4 eggs, which kind of low-key gave us a freak out because we were like, wait, this could mean multiple babies because those eggs can split. So we kind of freaked out a little bit about that, but the chance of that happening, very slim. And so yes, I took Clomid. The only side effect that I distinctly remember having, and I actually vlogged this, so if you guys want to go back and look at that vlog from earlier this year, you can. I think I posted it in August, I think. Yeah, I think I posted it back in August, but I'll link it below. The only side effect that I distinctly remember having, and I obviously shared all the like real-time side effects I was having with it, was headaches. I had several big headaches that would just come on super randomly, and they were really strong, and then they would just go away. And so besides that, I didn't feel any negative thing. I think I did get really hot one time at night when I was sleeping, like a hot flash, but that could have been anything. It's also like at that point it was like 105 degrees in Texas, so you just never know. The next question is, do we plan on sharing baby's face online? We've talked about this. We have talked about this quite a few times in my podcast. It's such a hard thing, right? Like, I think we're both heavily leaning towards no. I think at the first part, like, of newbornness, I think we obviously will for like, you know, this and that, like little newborn photos. I think we can also take a lot and blur out his face if we want to. Like, I see a lot of influencers that are doing that. I shouldn't say a lot. I follow more people that don't than do. But we personally just feel that conviction. And so I think if anything, it's not that we're gonna like try to hide his face, it's that we'll blur it out, or we'll try our best to do photos without his face in it. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's one of those things too that it really just depends like on the age. And yeah, we broke this whole thing down. Jordan and I had a whole discussion about this on my podcast. Our why, our thoughts on it, how we would approach it. Sorry, random hiccup. So I will try to link that here down in the show notes for you guys too. This nausea is kicking my butt right now, so I'm gonna try to get up and do something with my life. I have so much work I have to do, and this is just the reality of pregnancy, guys. It's like the Lord is preparing you for motherhood. I truly believe that. Okay, one of the things that I've really been loving in pregnancy is these Power Crunch bars. They are so good frozen. The chocolate mint is my favorite, so I'm gonna have one of these as a snack because I know I need to get some more protein in. And then I've been drinking that with my almond milk, which is my favorite as well. Where are we going?
To look at Christmas lights.
You're staring at me so awkwardly.
I just dropped the hair tie.
Oh, better get it.
No hair tie left behind.
No hair tie left behind. We're going to look at, oh, it's dark. We're going to look at Christmas lights as a date night. And I realized I didn't finish my vlog.
Ooh, it's cold. Christmas lights.
Christmas lights. We were back home from our little date night. It was so fun. We just drove around and looked at Christmas lights, and then we got chicken salad chick for dinner because I've been loving chicken salad, which, you know, protein, I'm not upset about that. And then I got super nauseous, and so we came home, and yeah, I'm just so ready to feel like myself again. It's been interesting, like navigating all of this nausea coming back in the start of the 3rd trimester. Like, no one tells you that. No one tells you that that's even like a thing. I mean, I've heard random stories, but no one says like, oh yeah, it happens sometimes. And so that too, and then my gums, this is gonna be like so gross, but my gums have been really sensitive since the beginning of pregnancy. That's actually one of the things that I first noticed before I knew I was pregnant, that I was like, why are my gums bleeding this much? This isn't normal. And apparently a lot of people see that as like a pregnancy symptom. So I've been having that pretty much my entire pregnancy, and tonight, oh, they just, like, I just brushed my teeth and they've just been so sensitive, and so I can taste the blood in my mouth and it makes me want to just vomit. Okay, that is a nightcap. I am exhausted. It is almost 10 o'clock. And I always take magnesium and my multivitamin at night. That's another piece of advice, is if you are pregnant, or even if you're not pregnant and you're trying to conceive and you're taking prenatals, take them at nighttime. I know it says to like take them throughout the day, and I guess maybe that works for some people, but it did not work for me. I am very sensitive to multivitamins. Like, they just make me so queasy, and so I would try to space them out throughout the day. Like, you're supposed to take 3 capsules. I would take 1 in the morning, 1 at lunch, and then 1 at nighttime, and every time it just, like, I would get hit with the biggest waves of nausea, and that was even before pregnancy. So I think it was one of the pregnancy apps that I'm on where people actually suggested just taking them at night, and that has been a huge game changer for me, because nighttime prenatals, you take them, you go to bed, and if you get queasy, you're asleep so you don't feel it. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping in on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.